I know what boys like, I know what guys want, I know what boys like, I got what boys like. I know what boys like.
Welcome to Butch Home Economics, where we make something out of nothing. Hey, and look damn good doing it. So, historically, gay guys have always been super resourceful. Like, when you think about it, really, when no one would hire us and when landlords wouldn't rent to us, we're often pushed into like shithole neighborhoods. We didn't have a choice. And we didn't get great apartments, and we kind of lived in dangerous neighborhoods because it was, we're not like bio women. We often, we wouldn't be threatened physically or sexually just walking down the street. So it was how we made do. We were just in different bodies than women, so like it was relatively safe for gay guys to live in these shithole neighborhoods. But we did what we do best. We turned lemons into lemonade. We made beauty everywhere and pleasure. We thrifted our clothes. We made art on zero budget. Hey, I know how that goes. And we cooked magic out of pantry scraps. Think about the radical fairies. Think budget beginning John Waters films. Think drag queens who were sewing entire gowns out of curtains and hot glue. And that's kind of the spirit we want to tap in this series about and very soon my boyfriend will feature. Anyway, so today's lesson is very important to me because, since I got my surgery, whatever, because I lost 150 pounds after 300, and they told me to keep protein in my body, period. So we're going to make smoothies, and the truth is smoothies can have anything in them. Throw anything in a blender and make it work. I've used frozen blueberries, pears, tofu, applesauce, whey protein, creatine. I've also used like spinach, yogurt, powdered milk, even bananas, mangoes, whole milk, skim milk, whatever works for you, soy milk, whatever you like. I've even used soda like ginger ale for a spicy kick or Coca-Cola for like depth or root beer for that warm nostalgic weight. And you can sweeten it with honey, just use the soda, stevia, and in white sugar often is very good for me to like maintain some energy during the day. I mean, I have to have some carbs, but I'm very delicate with white sugar because my body doesn't respond to it very well, given the bariatric surgery. So anyway, the point is not about rules. It's getting creative when resources are tight. They're tight, get tougher, whatever. And really that's when we shine. Welcome to being a gay guy. So now I specifically want to talk about creatine and what it means for me personally. It's not the same for everybody. My boyfriend had some extra lying around, and I'm like, oh, let me try it. And it really changed my mind. I'm not into the gym, really, personally. I just like to dance. And I'm not into muscle titties or cosplay masculine with big, muscles here and nowhere else. I'm into honoring my body and using it in ways that actually feel great. So yeah, like, it doesn't matter to me how you do it. Whatever works for you, even the gym, that's important to honor. Personally, I'd just rather read a book or listen to music or dance and stretch in the sun rather than spend 2 hours in the gym. Bored, stiff. Can you imagine me bored? What the hell am I going to do with my time when you're on treadmill? Anyway, so creatine works for me specifically because it tends to hydrate the muscle cells, which means they're like fuller, especially over time. They sort of retain the water more and more over time as your muscles build. And they're more stable and more responsive to whatever you're doing. So for lifters, that means like bigger lifts. For me, it means I can hold stretches longer, move sharper when I dance. I almost fell down. I guess my balance isn't that great yet. Hey, but I'm old. I'm 43. You recover faster and wake up tomorrow ready to do it all over again. And, it supports my body on my terms, not the fitness industry's terms. Hey, that's all I'm all about. So the smoothie I'm about to make is like dumb. I mean, I wouldn't even recommend this to you, but like whatever, I work with what I got. And the smoothie like this can cost like a couple of bucks and less than a Starbucks Frappuccino, for real. And way healthier. I got to keep protein and fat on, so I'm focusing on that like half and half. You probably use like soy milk and tofu, protein powder, and some creatine. This will keep you strong and sexy and nourished all day. I tend to eat a lot of smoothie and supplement it with all sorts of fiber and carbs. You got to feed yourself, so that's what Butch Home Economics is all about. But get fucking creative. You don't have a choice. Let's get started. Welcome to my stupid tiny kitchen in my one-bedroom apartment. As I said, we are on a very tight budget, so we make do until fall when things change a little bit financially. So anyway, that's why we have Butch home economics. Hey, so here we are. Literally, this is basically nothing, and I'm sure you know how to use this blender. You've had a blender before? Hey, I know many blenders. They're all kind of the same, right? So here we go. I'm going to start by putting the protein powder in first because it gets all gunked up if you. It doesn't like blend properly if you don't put that at the bottom. In my humble experience, here we go. I put like a lot of this in because I can't get enough protein. I will evaporate into nothing if I don't have protein. I'm going to put in 3 scoops. Here's protein, and then I put my creatine in, which this is like fruit punch flavored, so they say, but honestly, it tastes like Fruity Pebbles. Who doesn't like that? You remember that cereal from the whatever age? Yeah, when you were a kid, you ate Fruity Pebbles, and the milk tasted like that fruit punch. Pretty good. I'm also going to add some ginger ale because I like the sweetness of it and the spice. You do whatever you want, whatever works for you, whatever fucking makes you fucking happy. It's exactly what you should do. But the point is, like, the creativity is like a no-brainer. There's nothing in the world that you can't do. There's nothing you can't do or don't know how to do when you use your fucking brain and your heart together. Fact. Which makes us gay. Butch. Okay, so here we go. I'm pouring a little applesauce in there. Add some sweetness and some fiber. Doobie-doobie-doo. A pear. Listen, I'm just throwing the shit in there. I don't want to cut it up. I don't have time for that. Half and half. Half and half is really important to me because, like, if I don't eat fat and like in the form of lard, it's embarrassing. But like lard and cream, I will lose too much weight. I'm a medical mistake, frankly, and I don't know how this happened, but it's what it is. You gotta work with what you got. Hey, that's the same thing. Same theme as Butch home economics. Work with what you got. You have infinite resources up here. Use them. Use your fucking brain. That's why we have them. Blueberries. This is good. The frozen blueberries is better than like the fresh. Frankly, because think about the frozen fruits as you don't have to add ice. They're already cold. All right, so I have my frozen blueberries. Put that back in the freezer. I put tofu in there because like I just need as much protein as I could, as I said. So I'm going to cut up some protein from the tofu. You do what you got to do. The last thing is I'm going to add some. Let's see. Pears, half and half, applesauce, creatine. All right, there we go. I think you know this part. Hit blend. Oh, yeah. My favorite part. Wow, watch it go. Watch it blend. Hey. Blender? I don't even know her. Alright, let's see how this pure applesauce, blueberry, whatever smoothie works. Probably good. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You just got to be scrappy. That's the name of the game. And if it doesn't work one time, you're experimenting. Try something different next time. All creativity comes from play and experimentation. You just gotta try something. Take a fucking risk. So what if you make a mistake? You learn and you do better. You fix it. You grow. You change. Evolve, as we all do, I hope. And so should your smoothies and everything else you do. Creativity is just play. But don't play. Actually, it's really good. I'm really pleased with that. Okay. No joke. I'm not just saying that. I'm from New York. I gotta be honest. So I don't have any other choice. Great. So here's my smoothie. It's full of tofu and protein, as I said. It's got my creatine to get my sexy body going all day. And yeah, so thank you for joining me. I look forward to another episode. And I believe something else budget friendly for all you butches out there. For now, goodbye. Bitches. I see you, and I'll talk to you later.
I make them want me. I like to tease them. They want to touch me. I never let them. I know what boys like. I know what guys want. I know what boys like. Boys like. Boys like me. but you're special.
I might let you.
You're so much different.
I might let you.
Would you like that?
I might let you.
Fuck yeah. I know what boys like.